Also, just another up the self-correction. Apparently, when it
Yeah. Anti-fans do this gay shit where they keep on calling into places that has like Destiny allies, just so then they can like harass them and shit. So anyway, just another normal fucking Saturday. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
when I said that the
Good luck.
Saddam food rations were like better than his general policies, it seems that even then he was generally only doing a good job at the food rationing for Sunni regions like Baghdad and Baghdad, not like the Shia regions. The food rations were fucking like mixed up with sawdust and like rice was moldy and shit like that. I know. Sorry.
This is
Bro, we covered so much today. The lawsuit, Emaru, Hasan, Dan Clancy, Times Radio, and now we're covering Lonerbox. Holy shit.
This is also a creator that is routinely defamed and slandered Lonerbox as well, right? Just completely lied about exactly every part that he said about multiple situations. Like, this is not someone that deserves your charity. So if the end result here is that someone who is a known unwilling to look at the truth, even if it hurts them, right? So that's someone, I do view Lonerbox as someone that's willing to, like, if he's wrong, he's like, fuck it, I got it wrong. There was the PGG 300 that was only made in 2005 that had the body of the Shock-O-Matic, but it was in the construction. Like, he would come out and be like, yeah, I fucked up, that's my bad. Hasan would never do that, and I think there's a difference. So I think that, like, because of the person that Hasan is, he doesn't deserve that level of charity when he continues to lie. Right. You know, and especially to people that try to focus on the truth, like Lonerbox.
Great. Well, we agree.
What's with the glaze?
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Why do you pretend to care whether Hasan shocked his dog or not?
Whoa. What do you mean? Why do I care?
Dude, this can't be happening. Oh my god. Dude, these anti-fans have to have something better to do, right? Like, I feel like these people have to have something better to do. There's no way you spend... Wait, hold on. How are you guys living? Like, how are you guys paying for food? Like, how are all these Queeman viewers, like, paying for food? How are all these spicy chatters, like, paying for food? Like, I don't get it. This is Pretty Tony, right? Tiny Tony or Pretty Tony or something, right? Yeah, I know who he is.
Of course I care.
I think we debate at some point.
Why do you pretend to care?
I don't understand the logic. Do you think I don't care about this issue?
Yes, I think you don't care about it. I think that you don't care.
You have to give some evidence.
Dog.
You have to give some evidence that I don't care, considering I posted about this every day for 11 days straight. Because the onus of not caring is big time.
I think what he's saying is that you.
Wait, and they're like covering for Hasan's like fucking treatment of his dog? Really? Bro, they're so fucking shameless. It's crazy. Like, they're actually like, dude, they're so shameless that they're trying to downplay Hasan and the dog situation. That's insane.
Care about shitting on Hasan, but you don't care about the dog. Is that what you're saying, Tony?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Wait, can I ask though? Can I ask, like, Tony? So you're saying, like, if Hasan is like curb stop his fucking dog, like RKO the motherfucker, you think Dan wouldn't care?
No. Dan said explicitly that Destiny could have raped and killed his entire family, and he would keep being his friend. He's continued sweeping for people. He's continued allying with people like Trump and people like Nuxtaku, Tectone, all these people who are on his side. The mindless Trump dick sucks. He's willing to ally with...
And they wonder why I don't interact with these people. Oh, why don't you debate J-Stock? Why don't you debate J-Stock?
These people and have like friendly relations with them just so he can go after Hasan, who he hates.
Shit.
Yeah, Dan. Well, how do you reply to this statement made by Tony?
I mean, I could throw it back the other way. Tony, do you care about dogs in third world countries right now that are getting attacked?
This is like such a...
so you don't want to answer? Because the answer is no. I
will answer.
Why? Okay.
Wait, say that. Dan, you don't care. You just said it. You don't care.
I haven't said anything yet because you interrupted me.
You were about to say it. You interrupted yourself. You caught yourself.
No, you interrupted me. You had the clippable moment and you fucked it up. Listen.
Why do you not, Dan? Why do you pretend to care about it?
You don't get to ask two questions in a row. You don't get to ask two questions in a row. You have to wait. So I will answer your question. I'm happy to do it.
Please,
do you care about David Feinstein out of Austin, Texas's dog?
I don't know who David Feinstein is.
I didn't ask if you know who he was. Do you care about his dog?
In the same general way that I care about all dogs, yes.
Okay, same for me. Exactly same for me.
Okay, so why don't you care about the victims of Destiny?
I care about Hasan's dog as much as I care about...
Why don't you care about that?
I am not getting into a conversation about Destiny. This is an excellent attempt to try and flip things to that narrative, though. But
no, this is that you are a malicious liar. You have said explicitly that you are a malicious liar. that you will openly clip chimp people. You always say, this is the game. I'm doing this for the greater good. This is my goal. I will lie to people. I will lie publicly.
No, I don't think I
pretend
ever
to
said
believe
that.
things that I don't. You have said
No,
that.
no,
You said
I
that.
haven't.
I can give you all kinds of clips. We have clip we've seen
No.
recently where you said that you
Wait,
are
Dan.
No,
fine
you haven't.
with
Okay,
clip chimping
I'll wait
people.
for the clip.
You
I'll wait for the
just
clip
said-
of me saying that I lie. Yeah, play the clip of me saying I lie. Yeah, I want to say that I'll lie to do it.
If there's a clip out there, if there's a quote or tweet out there of you saying that, would you concede and said, yeah, I said that in the past?
That I lied? That I would lie? Sure, absolutely. If there was a thing that's saying it. There's
Okay,
stuff
so
saying.
you just said it. Do you really want me to go and find the clip? If
I
you
do.
just
I do.
admitted
It doesn't exist. Maybe
You can absolutely justify lying to an anti-fan. Are you kidding me? Yeah, these guys are like hella bad faith. These people dance on your grave if you got fucking assassinated. Yeah. Yeah, why the fuck not? Yeah, I would lie to them. You wouldn't?
you can find something me saying that.
Get the Dan.
No,
Get the Dan.
Yeah, it doesn't exist otherwise. The only clips that you can find are stuff
One of
me
the
saying
reasons-
that I don't care if it's something.
One of the
So are we
reasons
moving on
that
now?
this
Are we
doesn't
moving on
exist.
now?
One of the
Moving
reasons
on?
you say that. Well, I'm not moving on, but I want to make
It
sure.
sounds like you don't want to find this clip.
You
It
used to
exists.
think that-
100%.
Let's get the Dan
It
clip.
does exist. I'm pulling up my
Look-
Twitter to try to find it. But Dan, you were in Spicy. You used to be in Spicy Chat before you were banned for doxing. All right, you remember that? And you used to write in Spicy Chat about how you were willing to play the game.
He's not even hiding it.
You were. This is the game. This is like, and people
Are you
telling
moving
why
the,
are you doing this?
I told you guys that I was right, right? All of these people are from Spicy Chat, like all of them. Like all of them are coming from one place, one community, one shared circle, a group of people, right? People on Kiwi Farms and everyone in Spicy Chat. All of these people come from one place, okay? And I've said this again, okay? But fuck Child Logic. Honestly, fuck him. All right? Like he can't just avoid the responsibility of like he can't avoid the controversies coming out of Spicy Chat. Meanwhile, he'll just say like, "Oh yeah, I just wanted to have this one chat there that that is basically the Kiwi Farms of Twitch or some shit like that, or the Kiwi Farms of like commentary at this point." But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's just like, yeah, great way to avoid responsibility there, bud. But okay, very cool, very chill. You know, we've been chilling. All right, we're cool. We're chill.
No,
Because
I'm
you're moving
saying
the
this
goalposts
is an
again.
example.
You know,
This is
I'm
an
not going to just
example.
be here and be slandered. You had one point. Now
I'm not
make your
slandering
point.
you. This is true.
Okay,
I'm not
then-
slandering you. This
Okay,
is true.
well, it's true that you fuck
You would go into these
kids.
places and say,
I can't find the clip right now. Sorry, I can't find the clip. But
dude, I'll pull up these clips to support it. You
Great,
go into
I'm
Spicy
waiting.
Chat.
I'm
You
waiting.
say, this is the game. We play the game.
I'm waiting for this
We
clip.
play the game.
Man, this comment retarded. Lonerbox, why you platform Dan Solomon? Why you let Dan Solomon, okay? 50-year-old man come on stream.
I'm not
Why
50.
you platform?
Hassan's older than I am. At least, you know, this so-called doxing that happens, at least it's not like Hasan waving a gun around. Jesus Christ.
Wait, did you dox someone in the past or what?
I'm just saying it's not like Hassan's doxing. That's like real.
Ooh, is the anti-fan gonna bring up Destiny threatening to kill the 14-year-old that happened like 10 years ago? That happened like 14 years ago? Oh no. Oh no. This person got their Queenman talking points ready. Let's go.
Really bad shit.
I mean, what about your doxing, Dan?
What about this one? What about that one?
No, Dan, what about your
About-
doxing? Why do you
you-
care about these things?
I'm still
Why
waiting
do
for
you
this clip.
pretend? Why are you lying?
You're
Dan,
the one who's
it's
lying.
so
I'm waiting for.
frustrating.
Where's this clip at, bro?
I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it right now. I know it
Oh
exists.
my
Okay, good.
God.
I
I know,
mean,
I've seen it. I know you've said this repeatedly. This is the game. I'm fine with clip chimping people.
Wait, I thought we were moving off because you said I admitted to lying to get my way. So you're backing off of that now?
No, I'm not backing out of.
Okay, great. I'll be waiting for that clip
Mercy, shut up. You're like 50 years old.
Where do you want me to put it?
of me saying that I lie to get.
Are you
stuff
saying that you are
across. Yeah.
fine with clip chimping people? Yes.
Oh no, that's very
No, that is
different.
what
These are
lying is.
working.
That's what lying is. That's what lying
Oh,
is.
yeah. So we are moving off of this now.
No, I'm not moving off of this. This is the exact same point. You
Okay,
are willing
gotcha.
to lie.
So you're
to
willing to
clip
lie.
chimp
actually.
somebody
You
and
just
misrepresent what
you're
they're
willing to lie.
You are implicitly
But-
lying.
Are we gonna get anywhere with this? Are we like are we making any progress yet? Are we there yet, Mom? Jesus Christ! Like this anti-fan shit is such a waste of time. Like, okay, here's the thing. Okay, I'm like a fucking expert when it comes to these people, right? Like these anti-fans and shit. But like at some point they just get really boring. Like I don't know how else to put it. But like this is just boring to me. You know, I would rather go back to covering Hutch. But yeah, I don't know. But you know what? I like seeing Dan argue, okay?
doing this.
about
This
what
is
you're saying.
amazing. This is
Understand that?
actually amazing. You are willing
Yeah.
to go and say that I've said something that I haven't said by by doing it. That's funny. In you trying to call me out for something, you've done it yourself. You said that I
When have
would
I done it?
admit to lying to get my goal across while
You did do
lying
it.
to try and get your goal across.
No,
Do you
Dan,
see
you did lie. You did lie.
the
That's what
irony of the
clip chimping is.
situation?
And that's what clip chimping is. If you misrepresent somebody's position, if you knowingly misrepresent somebody's position, you are lying about them.
Okay.
That is a lie.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on that. If I clip you saying something, that's not a lie. That's something that you did.
Is there a clip that you can send it to me, Tony? Or you
Is there a clip, bro?
Yeah, I'm
God
trying to
damn.
put it in. Wait, I'll send it to Mr. Box.
Oh, there it is. All right.
Hey, Lonerbox, I want to ask you. Okay, I want to ask you a question because Tony wants to be Mr. President someday. But why do you like Dan, Lonerbox?
Mr. President Sunday. The debate ambusher, okay? The debate ambusher.
Do I like Dan?
Careful.
I don't know. I just platform him because he's a good stream guest. What are you talking about?
Take shit.
Well, Dan is very like likable and personable. It's just he does bad things, and I wish he would stop.
No, I don't like Dan. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't like his personality. I really don't. Like, he feels like the kind of person where if you hang out with him, he's just gonna keep on bragging about himself. Like, he's the person who will just endlessly brag about himself and will never say anything about you. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your life. He'll just talk about his like recent business investments or some shit, or his fucking real estate business, and about the fucking startups that he fucking terminated and fucking sold off or some shit, right? I don't know. I don't like Dan, but that's just me.
Not as bad as Hasan though, right?
No, it's pretty. Dan, you know what you do. You do doxing multiple people.
What about him? Shit.
What about him? Hold on.
What about Hasanism?
That's not as bad as him. Not what about ism.
Where is
That's what-
the
that's
thing?
what
Yeah, but is
Hasan is.
Tony a fucking Hasan fan?
It would
Is he?
seem so.
No, I don't like Hasan. I hate Hasan.
Yeah.
Sure.
I hate Hasan. I hate Bad Empanada. I hate all these fucking people.
What's
I have
your
for
What's your Twitch
ages.
username, Tony?
I don't think I even use Twitch.
You don't think you use Twitch?
What? Why?
I need to watch this clip. Okay, we're gonna watch this clip. I'm sharing it on Discord so you guys can see it with me. It's 1 minute
What does
long.
that have to
Okay,
do with
let's see.
anything?
All right.
How many layers are we on here?
We hear like, Dan,
Like, what,
do not bring up that he went to a brothel. Yes, it was raided, but in the end, they didn't find enough crimes to shut them down. He has no issues clip chipping me. Okay, he's fine doing it. Why the fuck would I not do it in return? Okay, he wants to like do out of context fucking clips at me. You know what? That's fucking.
What's really funny about this statement is it's
God damn it! Does the clip continue?
also a lie because in order for me to find out of context clips of him, I would have to know anything about him.
He's usually better than the Zoomer orbiters, but on his own, he's kind of an asshole. Well, the thing I appreciate about Dan is that he actually owns that he's an asshole, okay? Like, for example, like, I'm pretty sure I DM'd Dan at some point. I was like, dude, that is unhinged. And or something, or you're crazy, or something like that. And he said, yeah, I am unhinged. And I'm like, okay, all right. But here's the thing, okay? If you say you're unhinged, then I have every right to dislike you because you're unhinged, right? Like, if you admit that you're unhinged, that doesn't make it better. If you say that you're unhinged, then yeah, I have every reason to dislike you because you're unhinged. Like, I'm sorry. That's just how it works.
This is the dankest dungeon.
Yo, Radiant. Thank you for the 2 subs. Where is that, though? Is that on Kick or is that on YouTube? I'm not sure.
Okay. I would have to like know what the context is and then be able to cleverly clip it out of context. I don't know anything about this man. I just know he's a fucking 60-year-old pervert who's lost his goddamn mind and like has
By the
made
way,
his
if I
life
could
mission.
pause for a second here.
Is that my sub renewing? I guess so. Yeah. That must be the auto renewal.
Getting live
Good
so far.
job.
What?
Good one.
This is one of the reasons that I have this is one of the 100 reasons I have like permanent defamation insurance against Hasan for everything, is that he's gone on record so many times being like, oh, Dan Saltman, he's a pedophile. Like so many times, like Hasan can't do anything as a result.
Who said that you were? Who said
Hasan
that you
Piker.
were? When is
Hasan
Piker?
Piker. Oh, that I have.
Did you ever heard of him? Like,
I wanna pull it on
BB
screen.
Dan, like, one.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
I do
come
remember.
on.
It.
Okay, you do. Yeah.
Somebody
So,
else said that you. Wait, Dan. Somebody else said you were a pedophile. A certain Reddit
No.
mod, and you doxed him on JStock stream. Do you remember that?
yeah, I did.
Do you think that's a good thing to do?
You know, I'm not sure, right? Because you had like hundreds of thousands of people looking at that getting retweeted by Hasan, and
Look, don't.
Wait, hold on real quick. What's the context again?
I need to watch this clip. Okay, we're gonna watch this clip. I'm sharing it on Discord so you guys can see it with me. It's 1 minute long. Okay, let's see.
All right.
How many layers are we on here?
But here, like, Dan, do not bring up that he went to a brothel. Yes, it was raided, but in the end, they didn't find enough crimes to shut them down. He has no issues clip chipping me. Okay, he's fine doing it. Why the fuck would I not do it in return? Okay, he wants to like do out of context fucking clips at me. You know what? That's fucking.
What's really funny about this statement is it's
God damn it! Does the clip continue?
also a
Someone calls you a pedophile in his declaration of war. I don't think Dan called me a pedophile. What? No, I don't think he called me a pedo. That's not why I dislike him. I dislike him because he's full of himself and he's egotistical. And his entire personality is like revolves around him being some business owner or some shit like that. I just don't like his ego.
lie because in order for me to find out of context clips of him, I would have to know anything about him. Okay? I would have to like know what the context is and then be able to cleverly clip it out of context. I don't know anything about this.
No talking about Dan and doxing. I'm pretty sure all the times that Dan have doxed, like I'm pretty sure they're all justifiable, right? Like I don't typically have a problem with Dan's doxes. Yeah, I don't know. Like, for example, he's doxed Gato Famudo and, like, messaged his wife or some shit. Yeah, I have no fucking issue with that. Fuck that person. What the fuck? As for his other whatever... No, the reason why I dislike him is not for doxing. Okay.
Man, I just know he's a fucking 60-year-old pervert who's lost his
You get name
goddamn mind
drop?
and, like...
That's
his
horrible.
By the way,
his
if I could pause for a second
I
here,
don't see any lies so far. What?
this is one of the reasons.
Also, you know what? Dan is a bitch-ass ninja, okay? Do you know why? Hold on. Someone dared me in DG chat to call Dan a bitch-ass. I'll do that. Oh, yeah. So, for as much as I hate the anti-fans, Dan sucks at defending Destiny, okay? I'm sorry, all right? I don't consider you to be a dumb person. Actually, you might be a little dumb, okay? You might be a little bit retarded, okay? But, like, damn, dude. Like, you really cannot defend Destiny for his allegations? Like, I thought, like, you're the only one that's, like, smarter than like, Counterpoints and Wick. Why do I have to do everything myself?
That I have, like, this is one of the 100 reasons I have, like, permanent defamation insurance against Hasan for everything, is that he's gone on record so many times being like, oh, Dan Saltman, he's a pedophile. Like, so many times, like, Hasan can't do anything as a result.
Who said that you were...
Hasan Piker.
When is
Hasan Piker. Oh, that I have.
You ever heard of him? Like,
hold on,
Dan, like, come on.
Wait, no, I do remember.
Okay, you do.
Other
Yeah.
inputs?
Somebody else said that you. Wait, Dan. Somebody else said you were a pedophile. A certain Reddit
No.
mod, and you doxed him
Did you
on
have
JSOC
Discord?
stream. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I did.
No, that was X.
Do you think that's a good thing to do?
You know, I'm not sure, right? Because you had like hundreds of thousands of people looking at that getting retweeted by Hasan, and
That was Gato Fumador, right?
I think like I think taking legal action is the same.
Doxing is not legal action.
Yeah, you know, I understand that, but it's an end result of if you take legal action towards someone. And
No, it isn't. There's no part of the legal process.
when you sue someone, their
There's
information
part of the
becomes
legal
public.
process. Yes, it becomes public
exactly.
in a sense. But Pixie is a Jane Doe under suit.
Listen, I'm not
There's
talking.
no part of the legal process.
I'm not doing this.
Is necessarily
You're doing this on
in the way that you did, Dan.
If you want to argue with Destiny about his situation with Pixie, go argue with Pixie.
Just to
and
be
Destiny.
clear
I'm
as
not gonna
well,
have the
we're not doing.
I used Pixie as an example for a doxing.
Yeah, wait, stop,
where the
fuck
person
me.
is a Jane Doe.
Yeah, I got you. I'd rather just no one does Pixie content on this stream. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm not.
I know you're not.
Ooh. Uh-oh. That makes sense. I mean, that isn't really telling of anything, by the way. Like, that really isn't telling of anything. Like, if Lonerbox and Pixie is still together, that would make sense. If Lonerbox is no longer with Pixie, that also makes sense. Like both of these make sense. Because, like, Lonerbox doesn't want to get involved, right? either way. There's like many parts of this that's just yeah, that makes sense. Right.
I'm just saying from now on.
There was
Okay,
an
don't worry.
example. There was an example
doesn't really
of
tell
a
me
lawsuit
anything.
where the person is a Jane Doe or John Doe.
Yes, I understand. I'm just saying from now
Or
on.
their names are sealed.
All right. Okay. Whose turn was it? Fuck it. I'm gonna finish this clip. I'm gonna finish this clip.
Actively stalk me. I don't give a shit. I don't know who the fuck this loser is.
He played D&D with me, by
I'm pretty sure they broke up. Good. Yeah, there's no way that's gonna last. She's fucking nuts.
the way. He does know who I am. Another lie from the Hasan.
Okay,
Piker
but
camp.
so the clip in question is obviously before he
He's clip
mutes
tipping
you.
me. Okay, he's fine doing it. Why the fuck would I not do it in return? Okay, he wants to like do out of context fucking clips at me. You know what? That's fucking.
What's really funny?
Well, it sounds like you are talking about out of context clips in particular, right? Not just
Yeah,
clip
yeah.
sharing. So are you
so-
saying that you are okay
So
with
the
posting out of
example here
context
is
clips about Hasan?
so what I would say in this example, and the one I reference is the brothel, right? So here's the situation with the brothel. I'm happy to bring this up again. So Hasan went to a brothel, okay? And the brothel, the way to think about it is it's a big building that is owned by an individual company, and that company rents out almost like a hotel rooms to other independent contractors that are sex workers, okay? And the brothel was raided because there, various reasons. And as a result of that raid, there was a person that went to jail for underage sex trafficking. A man that was sex trafficking a minor went to jail as a result of that investigation. So people like to say that that never happened, that the organization got money back. That's true. They did. The people that own the building, the people that were trafficking the girls, one of them went to jail as a result for having a minor there. That's something that's absolutely the case. So saying that Hasan went to a brothel, admitted to it.
That's new. I've never heard of that before. A person went to prison for sex trafficking underage woman? I've never heard of that part before.
That was later raided by authorities under a system that was called brutal and oppressive, and they ended up sending someone to jail for trafficking a minor, is a true fact. There is no lie of omission. Every part of this is true. Saying that the people that own the building, the landlord, was not found guilty means nothing.
I think I heard that, but I don't think it was part of the same raid. Yeah, be careful, okay? I feel like there's just so much disinformation around this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna fucking like search it up myself. Fuck it. I don't care.
That's not a lie of omission.
Man.
I'm not obligated to make Hasan's case for him. Okay, Hasan can make his own case for him about why he went to the brothel and he specifically should not be held liable. But that to me, that's unrelated. Like if there was a murder that happened in a hotel by someone that owned one of the hotel suites, like an Airbnb situation or whatever, in a building, you wouldn't be like.
Melancholy of Haru Ice Yazumaya with Whiskey Chill.
I have no idea what that means, but thank you for £2. I appreciate that, Big Ed.
Oh, well, the owner of the building was found innocent. It doesn't matter. There was still someone that went to jail for trafficking a minor. It doesn't matter that the owner of the physical property wasn't. It's rented out to a bunch of other people in there. And
do you have an article talking about the brothel story?
I'm glad that you asked. Yes, I do. Let me go and grab it right now. Give me 30 seconds.
But also, when we're talking about out of context, that's not necessarily like what people think about when you're talking about clips out of context. Because example of clips out of context might be something like, I don't know, like say there's an election between fucking Bush and whatever the fuck, Al Gore, and then I say that on Iraq they probably both would have invaded. Like, but you just take a part of a clip where I'm just saying, well, Democrats Republicans would be 1-to-1. There's no difference here, and then using that clip to imply that I'm meaning.
In the Artemis sting, the 6 people detained were accused of tax fraud and withholding Social Security contributions. Okay, I have no idea. I don't know. Like, this shouldn't be this isn't the best avenue of attack. It really isn't. Yeah.
Democrats and Republicans are the same on every issue. Do you know what I mean? That would be an example of like a dishonest clipping out of context.
Yeah, Hasan does that type of stuff all the time. I
but
agree.
We're asking if you do that and you're okay with doing that.
Say that again, the exact example, so I can know if I'd be okay with it.
So let's say I say that, Al Gore probably would have invaded Iraq as well. So there on this issue, there's no difference between Democrats and Republicans. It's just 1-to-1. They're the same. And then you clip out everything about the Iraq part and just start with a clip that says Democrats, Republicans, there's no difference. It's 1-to-1. And then just apply that to everything.
I mean, I'm famous for replying to Hasan tweets with various versions of him saying Democrats.
Where
and
he's
Republicans
talking
are the
about
same.
Iran, right?
Yeah.
For a second.
Well, I mean, I was just kind of making a point that I thought it would go your way, but if you want to interrupt that.
Yeah, but I'm asking, the reason I'm saying is that I'm asking if like you consider that to be like a dishonest out of context clip or just out of context.
I don't think so, because what it's exposing is that Hasan Piker is kind of an enemy to Democrats, and to show that he would say that Democrats are, and first off, it's been on multiple issues, and it's even on the issues that he says it's in context, which has been on Israel and on gay and trans rights, and on I think the climate was another one. On all of those, it's completely just bullshit to say that Democrats and Republicans would even be remotely in the same ballpark of this issue. So for him to say on such obvious issues that Republicans and Democrats completely differ, to say that they're the same, I think it's fair to be able to, when Hasan Piker says something stupid about a Democrat or a Republican, to quote tweet with one of the famous meme videos of him saying that they're the same. I think that is not only not that. I think it's a good thing to do, because the less exposure that Hasan has to Democrats, the stronger the Democratic Party will be to have a base to actually survive and hopefully have decent elections without being dragged down by our barnacles, so to speak.
Okay, so just to summarize what you just said, it sounds like you're saying that clip.
But that's only good if it works. If what you're doing is like permanently taking down Hasan, because I know that Dan has a huge fucking ego and he thinks that he's him. Like Dan actually thinks that he is gonna be the one that takes down Hasan, right? Like he's actually fucking delusional. All right, like that only works if you actually succeed. But if it doesn't work, it just makes the left look horrible. All right, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh wow, more infighting. People consider Hasan to be a part of the left, whether you like it or not. It's not good, right? But the thing is that, yeah, I don't know. Like, dude, are you taking him down or are you not?
In isolation, is out of context, but you're okay with using it for other issues besides Iran, which he was talking about, because you think
he doesn't mind wasting his time, then fine, he can just say that. But like, why the fuck is he saying, like, why the fuck is Dan saying, oh yeah, like this will be good for politics? Like, okay, then we have to take politics into consideration, right? If he just wants to say that he's just being spiteful and wasting his time, then fine, then sure. But I don't even know whether or not, like, Dan even cares about all this shit. It's just mainly because Dan is rich and wealthy and white. Like, what the fuck? He doesn't care.
He expresses that same sentiment towards Democrats and Republicans on enough other issues that it's like not dishonest in the grand
the way
scheme of
that
things.
the way that I've done
is not right.
The way that I've always done it specifically has been Hasan says something like especially egregious and stupid, and then I will just quote tweet it with a video. But I don't think I would ever be like, oh, Hasan said that he hates the climate specifically, and here's the video proving it. Like, I don't think I've done that. I think that I make it more as a comedic effect, like, oh, this is so on brand for Hasan type of thing. I would put one of those much more along.
I consider Asmongold as much as to this country as Hasan, and Dan doesn't mind cozying up to Asmon or Techno, sure. That is my ultimate complaint, okay? You have reached my ultimate complaint. Everything else is penultimate complaints, okay? My ultimate complaint is the hypocrisy, yes.
On the lines of, at that point, you might as well be deep faking stuff that Hasan is doing to do that. So I think it's fine to quote tweet when Hasan says something very stupid, and then to quote tweet it with a video of him saying that Dems and Republicans are the same. I think that's okay. What I don't think would be okay is quote tweeting it and saying, Hasan said this last stream that, on the issue of polar bears, Democrats actually want to kill them also. And I wouldn't do that because that's different. That's a different level of memes. And I think that's something that Hasan does engage in specifically. That's
how do you take
that? Do you have that article about the brothel?
Yes, I'm I just
wanted to make sure that before we go into the brothel, I want to see, Tony, if you have any objections to or whatever response to that particular thing with the clip jumping.
I think clip chipping is dishonest. Like
Hasan is arguably worse because of his stranglehold over all of Twitch. Yeah, but Asmongold has way more reach. I mean, at that point, it's like potato. Like, if both of them are gone, if both of them are canceled and they're off the platform, then I am fully on board with you, buddy. Okay, but Hasan's issues are way out in the open, and people do not cover Asmongold enough. Right? It's not even proportional.
It's in the definition of the thing.
Do you call that clip chipping, though?
Like what? Saying the example of Hasan talking about wanting to use Democrats, or like wield Democrats like a weapon. I think that's one of the clips you're talking about.
No, like the examples I was giving is like Hasan says something really egregious, and then I quote tweet it with the only difference between. No.
Asmon has reach in terms of audience, but Twitch literally foments like 10 different actual terrorists for conservatives to farm clips 24/7. Careful. I feel like that's more of the I think what you're saying there is like almost the hutch way of appeasing moderates or appeasing like righties, right? Like again, I'm gonna say this for like the umpteenth time, and I'm just trying to like remain consistent on this, okay? If Hasan and I were on a Piers Morgan panel, my prescription is not to go against Hasan. Because you're up against like 5 Republicans. That's why, right? Like that has always been my prescription. My prescription has always been you shouldn't give off the impression of infighting like that, right? On a very public stage. But with that being said, I fucking hate Hasan, right? For obvious reasons.
Sorry, there is no difference. I mean, there's like three different ones that I've done. Yeah.
What's also an issue is like some people lie about things that have happened with this. So like the brothel thing, I looked up, I found this Vice article. We have
okay, listen to me. No, stop. I'm going to get it for you.
Fraud,
I understand that. Yes.
Social Security contribution.
Well, if you understand it, then just let him talk, and then you can respond.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Negative on Democrats' goals? No, like yeah, of course. Hasan should go. Absolutely. I don't disagree with that, but you got to be careful with the way that you do it.
When I find this for you,
representation. We also have there's that.
Okay, I just want to say when I find this article for you, because I'm looking right now. Will you admit that you're wrong? That someone went to jail for sex trafficking?
If somebody went to jail for sex trafficking, then I'll admit that sure in the brothel, somebody was going there for sex trafficking. But it would depend on. You're trying to paint Hasan as somebody who went to a brothel.
Man, if you look at the article, goddamn.
What's that?
Yeah, we were still hearing Tony speak. That's where I left off. All right. Now,
wow, thanks, Spider, for contributing nothing to the conversation.
Talking about re-education camps.
Wait, no, I got fucking ADHD. Let's talk.
Spider is the person that runs the Loner Unbox channel. It's a clips channel for Lonerbox. It has like 9,000 subscribers. Yeah.
About the brothel. You were saying something about the brothel, and Dan interrupted you twice.
Yes, but I want to. Well, we were waiting for Dan to. Dan was looking for an article.
Got it. Can I put it in this chat? I can. Open chat. Boom. I think this is it. Might be one more. Let me see.
Are you putting it in the side chat?
Yep.
Because it's not loading for me. Can you put it in like?
Hold on. There's another one that's even better that I want to find.
Oh, stream chat.
Let me unfollow.
I was only getting triggered because I know you were speaking about the dog, the brothel thing, but I couldn't hear it because Dan was speaking over you. So I was just giving you a chance to repeat yourself.
Yeah. What a noisy person. I almost said something crazy.
Can you send me the?
Yep. Hold on. His name is Erman Martagic. Yeah. I'm trying to find the best article of it because now that I have his name, I can find a better one. Here's the one I have so far.
Let's put that bitch in the suggestions if you can. Thank you.
I'll just put it in general chat and talking things. How about that? There you go. And now.
Sure.
Any other highlight sites owned by anti-fans? Wait, what? Spider isn't an anti-fan, is he? He's not anti-fan. He's like. He's just a Lonerbox orbiter, which means he's mentally retarded, okay? Remember, okay? The holy fact of the matter, all right? All Lonerbox orbiters are mentally handicapped, okay? All Lonerbox orbiters are mentally handicapped, okay? Lonerbox himself, he's very smart, okay? But all of his orbiters are actually dumb as rocks, okay? Yes, that includes Dan. Okay. Sorry.
Yes, I did almost accidentally say dog brothel because smug bug is in my head. Thank you.
They get someone to dog brothel.
Another retard.
Oh god, is this the overlap?
Here's the other.
A dog scandal and a brothel scandal. No one put those two together.
Imagine.
There you go. That's the second one right there.
It's in the general chat.
Yep.
The general chat. Oh god, imagine posting in the general chat.
I know that's kind of old.
Okay, so which one of these am I looking at?
I think either one is okay.
Okay.
So this guy operated out of the Artemis, which is where Hasan went.
Whoa. Does this do translate?
Yes, he went there to his own volition.
Yeah, he went there, but a lot of people go to a lot of places.
I've never been to a place. I've never fucked a prostitute before. Have you?
Yeah, but that's not the indictment. The indictment's not that he fucks prostitutes. The indictment's that he fucks prostitutes in a place that is trafficking minors. And obviously the implication there is that he might have like picked out a minor of his own in there. No?
Possible.
So this was this individual football player who had his girlfriend working there. Was she even
Correct.
there at the time?
So see,
Hassan
now
was
you're doing a lot of the Hasan
This seems
defense on
like
this thing.
No, it's like a reasonable question. Was Hassan there?
No, see, now what you're doing is I said things
There's
that
overlap?
Hasan visited. It would be like an Epstein Island thing. It would be like this. It'd be like Tony visited Epstein Island, which was later raided as a result of Jeffrey Epstein's sex crimes. And then you would come back and be like,
I'm pretending that I'm running defense. You interrupt me. You're content to interrupt me. Tax fraud and withholding social security contributions. This was what the Artemis
suspected sex
was about.
trafficking
This
that happened on the
accepted
island.
arrest for an
And then as a
individual.
result of that, you're coming back and saying, but Dan, no sex trafficking actually happened on the island. Okay, the sex trafficking didn't happen there. The sex trafficking happened at his place in New York.
Dan,
So this is
sex
completely
trafficking-
irrelevant. That's what you're doing.
Trafficking was this footballer.
Yeah, because that's how this place worked. The owners of the Artemis.
I'm reading you to article. I'm reading
Does Tony actually look like that? There's no shot, right?
you articles. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to understand the story.
I don't
I'm trying
think
to
you
get to
are.
the
I think
truth.
you're trying to
I
find a
am,
way that your
Dan.
point can still work.
No, Dan. All I did was I looked up the story you were talking about. I find a Vice article. I read in it. I find that the sting that you mentioned was about tax fraud and social security contributions, not about sex trafficking. And you're showing me later that the person who was doing sex trafficking was a separate footballer who had brought his girlfriend there at some point. At some point, we don't know if Hasan was there at the time. We don't know if there are other minors there at the time. There may have been. There may not have been. I don't know. But you're trying to say Hasan.
So
went
you're
to this
looking at
place
what,
where they were keeping.
the Guardian article?
Does Germany have public? Do they publish indictments? Because there's an indictment that mentions it. I don't know if we can find the.
Probably
actual
not.
thing.
They're very privacy prone over there. Let's see, where do we got here?
Because because they're saying that she had to. So she definitely worked in this place, Artemis, but I just don't know when. That's the issue now, right?
Correct. So again, the way this
is
works.
the same rate, Dan. This is the same rate.
The same what?
Wait, hang on.
Thing that I'm talking about taxes.
No, the last one that I did was the last link that's what you posted. That's why I posted it there.
More than 900 German police, tax and customs investigators have raided Berlin's biggest brothel.
Yeah, what's the headline above that?
Oh, what,
Read the headline above that. Right above that. Keep going above the picture.
Tax and customs investigators joined swoop on Artemis, Berlin's biggest.
Bro, why the fuck are we even fighting on the brothel point? This is so fucking stupid. Just say that Hasan literally platforms terrorists and just get away with it, okay? Like, the fuck? You can justify so many fucking things. Like, as long as you are able to justifiably paint Hasan as, like, a pro-terrorist, sympathy-supporting motherfucker, and Twitch has, like, fucking double standards. Again, like, you would never, like, I would never fight on the flimsy talking point. Like, the fucking, on the raid on the brothel thing. Like, that stuff is just not a strong point. I'm sorry, it's just not a strong point. Okay. Like, oh, he maybe hooked up with a minor, maybe at this brothel that was raided for tax shit, that had concerns of minor sex trafficking. I'm sorry, did Hasan know at the time? Did Hasan know at the time that it had minors or some shit? Did Hasan know any of that? Stop, then stop, okay? Like, stop using flimsy talk. God. No, why does... Dude. Whatever, man. It's fine.
Biggest sex club, as authorities allege women were exploited and possibly trafficked. The raid was about
So
taxes.
now you're doing the
No,
cover
Dan,
up.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not covering anything up.
You can't even read it without being like, oh,
no, Dan, I did read it.
but
You want me to read it again? Tax and customs invest. Do you want me to fucking yell? Is that what you want?
I want you to read it.
Tax
Yes, go
and
ahead.
customs investigators joined swoop on Artemis, Berlin's biggest sex club, as authorities allege women were exploited and possibly trafficked.
Okay, what did the authorities allege?
Prostitution is legal in Germany.
What did the authorities allege?
I'm reading the article.
You don't really have to read it.
Yeah,
You
for
can actually
18
just read
plus.
that one thing right there that says it.
Dan, if I want to know what the truth is, I do.
The point is that this stupid Tony guy wants an explanation for what? For going to the brothel or for not? Like, it depends, right?
You have to read the article. I have to look at the evidence. I have to look at the evidence to
So
see
you're
what it
assuming
is.
that they lied in the headline.
No,
Okay,
Dan,
that's fair enough.
I'm looking at the evidence. I'm looking for further context. What did
This
the
is
authorities
the
arrest them for?
strongest
Let's find
Hasan
that out.
Piker defender.
Out of interest,
Dan,
hang
I'm
on.
reading the article. You fucking Rita. I'm reading your article, Dan.
Wait. Hey, shut the fuck
Getting mad
up.
at me for
Hey,
reading it.
hey,
Is it the Vice article?
Hey, I've got some questions.
It's
Okay,
so
I've got some
unbelievably
questions.
frustrating.
I've got some
I know.
questions. Okay, wait. So
Goddamn.
this was
Do
this
your
was
own research.
Holy fuck!
Dan,
Let me talk.
This is your article.
Am I muted? Am I on Discord? No,
I-
I'm not.
no.
Okay, that's fine. Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Okay, so this is what they say, the biggest brothel in Berlin, right? Dan, Anyone?
What? Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
asking him.
Either of you.
I don't know if it's the biggest. There might be another one.
Then one of you just read out one of the things in the article saying, yeah, okay. So do we have any Germans who want to speak to this particular place and talk about how
David the Lion guy said
actually like well known it is or how normal it is to recommend this place? Because we know, for example, it's not a mystery that people who work in the red light district of Amsterdam, that some of them are trafficked. Okay, we know that because they one time actually had a bunch of fucking dancers in the little booths and they did a performance for all the punters, and the punters are clapping afterwards, and then they put up a big thing on the projector screen above it saying, yeah, you know, like loads of like Romanians and like Ukrainians or whatever like come here thinking that they're going to get like a dancing or an arts job, but then they just sadly end up being trafficked in these places. You know, stop the fucking crime and all that. Like, dude, it's like a tourist thing. It's a random tourist thing to go into these places and go and fuck a prostitute and shit. Like, but are you gonna make a scandal out of that for someone? Are you gonna go to like some creator and be like, this person goes to the red light district, which has been known to be the venue for.
Lonerbox agrees with me. I have the correct take. I told you guys, I have the correct take. Okay.
Trafficking of vulnerable women, like.
So
no,
to be clear,
it's a stupid story.
What I'm doing is I'm reading that a place that. So in my case, I think I came out very clearly and said that I would not lie, meaning that I won't create a deepfake of Hasan doing something, and that I was charged at the start of this conversation saying that I lied about something, and it's not true.
Shit.
I do not lie about things.
You said that you
I'm
admitted.
not obligated to make Hasan's defense for him on this case. Let me finish my. No, stop.
Read the article.
I'll keep going. Yeah, I will read the article here. Prostitution is legal in Germany, but police charged that the 4-story brothel complex constituted a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women. So,
you ready for something crazy? Okay, if you're watching stuff from Pornhub, why the fuck are you supporting a website that hosts like fucking the porn industry, which is known for exploiting like sex traffic like females? Like, you realize how many people this applies to, right? It doesn't matter what the topic is, how all these spicy chatters argue, they stick to one dumb disagreement and spurk on it. I agree with that. I do agree with that, okay? Yes, like this Tony guy is a fucking retard, okay? He's a fucking retard, and you should never, ever, 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 ever mistake this person as somebody who has good faith, okay? You should never, ever mistake this person as good faith, okay? This guy is a bad faith loser, okay? And they are trying to choose something that they don't even care about in order to hinge on it as an issue to like fucking spurg out over, right? Like, for example, like you can't convince me in a million years that the average Kiwi farmer or like the average like anti-fan from Spicy Chat, because he literally stated Spicy Chat. Okay, fine. If you want to bring Spicy Chat into the conversation, then I might as well hinge Spicy Chat's reputation on it. Okay, go ahead, right? And also hinge like fucking Chalogic's reputation. Okay, because the reality of the situation is that like these people do not care about women. They talk about like they talk about Nasser Erdai fucking dogs all the time. Okay, like they make jokes constantly about Nasser Erdai fucking his dog, fucking her dog. Sorry, I love misgendering woman. Okay, but like yeah, the reality is that like yeah, it's just not. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like for me at the very least, like I look like a fucking like unhinged moderate, okay, by saying I'm like hating both sides. Like I don't want to say this, whatever, I don't care. All right, because now I just sound like a cuck. Now I just sound like a cuck, okay.
That's when it was arrested, and much like when Al Capone was arrested, and they couldn't get him on any of the bad stuff, so they went to try to get him after tax evasion, and you know they eventually get him there. They couldn't get Artemis here, too bad, but they did get some of the smaller guys, and one of the smaller.
I'm just frustrated with Dan. Like Dan just cannot make an argument to save his life. Not only does he not know how to make an argument, and number two, all right, he doesn't call out, like he doesn't do enough calling out of Pretty Tony, in my opinion. Okay, if I was there, I'll be like, I think you deserve to be doxxed. Boom. That's it. End of conversation.
Our guys that they got was trafficking a minor, and they went to jail. So let me know which part of this you're inconclusive of, and why when I put this story out there, not that I've done this in forever, but when I did put this story out there, that I would be obligated to come out here and run defense for Hasan when I say Hasan went to Club Artemis, a club that was raided by the police in a complex that was constituting a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women, while a minor went to jail as a result of this. Or sorry, not a minor didn't go to jail, but the person did. Why am I?
As a result of the raid, by withholding Social Security payments for them, the club had cheated the state out of at least 17.5 million euros.
See, what you're doing is you're trying to make it. You
They
should
might
run
be
this
killers
defense
from
for
the Berlin
Hasan.
customs office. No,
You
Dan,
should run this
Wait,
defense for
wait, wait.
Hasan.
and they did the raid.
Pause.
This is what they found.
And what did they say was happening when they raided it?
They said they said that there was
Hello.
Exploited women
trafficking?
being trafficked in a
What
brutal
did
and
they
illegal
find?
system.
Dan, what did they find when they raided it?
Well, they
They
ended
found
up
fraud.
no,
Found fraud.
Hello.
No,
they
find-
Game
no,
stuck.
wrong.
Game
A person went to
stuck.
jail for trafficking a minor.
Yeah,
You
person
remember?
went to jail later in a
Wait, Dan,
separate
hold
case.
on. Before you add, real quick. What year did Hasan went to the brothel?
I know.
Can you tell me?
I've got all the answers. He went there in 2010, and the story about this footballer says that he moved to Berlin in 2013, and then that his victim escaped in 2015. So this girl seems to have been being pimped out by him in Berlin from 2013 to 15. Hasan was there in 2010. Again,
And what about
just
the
to-
Hells
just to be-
Angels brothel shit? What about that?
I don't know, but just to be clear with this thing, let's say Hasan went to this brothel and actually fucked someone who turned out to be a trafficked person, maybe even a trafficked like 17-year-old or whatever. Like, again, are we? Like, in this case, everyone who's ever been to the red light district also gets the same attention, right?
I think the people that I don't want to get into the sex work
This is
conversation.
part of why sex work is illegal in a lot of places because you have
And now it's a fucking debate about sex work. Oh my god, nobody cares.
Sure, I'll follow on
fuzzy
that
boundaries.
one.
You have these fuzzy boundaries. We're not sure where people are coming from.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, those are all fair things to say in that circumstance. But I mean, the start of this,
Did you see that?
I don't want
This is
to.
why- Dan, I want to hammer on this point. Okay, the brothel after doing the raid that they did where they were suspecting that people were being trafficked, the stuff they found was tax evasion. This is what your article says that you sent me.
Oh, that was the last one, right? That's just the one.
Bro, Dan, okay, since you regularly search your name constantly, okay, like a manic loser. Okay, joking. I love you, okay? I don't like you actually. I only respect you. I only respect you as someone who is a loyal friend to Steven, okay? That's the only thing I can say about you, okay? But anyway, regardless. Please, when it comes to Destiny, I'm gonna need you, okay, for the sake of my own work, to shut the fuck up. Please. Shut the fuck up now.
The Guardian.
Yeah, that's the last one saying that what they were doing. The two before that is where the guy went to jail for.
Yeah, but
that's what they could find. I don't know. I don't know what they couldn't find. They have a very good court system over there. If there's not enough proof, it's notoriously difficult to do these sex crimes because people are afraid to come forward and say that they.
Did they even find this footballer guy?
Well, isn't it the case as well? Because I've so one of my
sure?
hang on.
That?
Yes.
Just to be, couldn't this also be the case that I don't know how this brothel works, but I mean, I've had like a friend who's a stripper in the past. So but the way that they work is that they just go in and then they pay their whatever amount of money to work there for the night and then they leave. So if there's a trafficking thing going on, like the trafficking could happen from outside the establishment. So like an establishment can literally be hosting trafficked people like all the time and not know, right? Like, is that not part of it as well, or?
It could be. I mean, from the article.
So that's why they talk about the brothel in particular. But
the minor had to earn money as a prostitute, including at the Berlin brothel Artemis. So yes, it happened there. Look, I would say in the circumstance that you have some very good defenses that you can run for Hasan on why.
All I'm doing is just reading the article that you sent me.
So I'm going to read it again, and you tell me if this is not correct. Okay.
By withholding, so this is what they found with the raid. By withholding Social Security payments for them. Oh, Dan, I read the title twice. I'm not hiding from anything. By withholding Social Security payments for them, the club had cheated the state out of at least 17.5 million.
I hate Dan. 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 There's some really good defenses that you can provide for Hasan. I hate Dan. 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 I hate Dan.
€6 on top of its alleged tax evasion. They confiscated 6.4 million euros in cash, cars, and property, including 12 apartments.
You know what you don't know is that later
anything.
on, the club was found on those tax charges. They got off. Did you know that? You're not even bringing that part up.
Well, I didn't know that. I don't know about this story, but I read the articles that you send me, and they don't seem to support the narrative that Hasan is going out to. What, the first two with the guy who was there?
Hold on, the narrative.
7 years. 7 years. Wait, how long was it? Like he went there 2010. The guy moved to Berlin in 20.
I need you to stop because this is getting ridiculous. Okay.
No,
when I stop interrupting. I let you ramble. Okay. When someone says, "Hey, Tony went to Epstein Island in 2010, and then he came back later." And later on, they raided it, and for actions that happened in 2015 to 2020, that's on you to go and say, well, yeah, but nothing was happening then. That, I swear, nothing was happening. I mean, not that I know of.
That's not how evidence works. That's not how evidence works.
I'm not saying, hold on. Correct.
You're the one
right.
saying. You're the one implying.
What did
You're
I
the one
say?
implying that
I
he was
said-
there when stuff like this was happening.
Nope, I did not imply that. I said,
That
in
is
fact,
the implication.
later.
Destiny doesn't even believe in Epstein Island. Sorry, he doesn't believe in like, oh, every single person connected to Epstein is like possibly like some kind of like person who fucked minors or some shit. Okay, I mean the chances for Trump is like much greater because he's like Epstein's BFF. Okay, which is different. That's a different context. Okay, like what? Why are you just arguing? You're just arguing for the sake of losing. How do you feel about Dan? I think he's incredibly unlikable. And I liked him better when he was shitting on Mr. Girl and he's trying to like instigate drama all the fucking time. I miss that. But now, I don't like him as a serious actor. Him as a serious actor is an unserious situation, okay?
That is the implication. No, that is the implication.
So you're reading into that. Well, then that's something
rated later. Somebody was arrested for sex trafficking. The implication.
So I said nothing that was false.
Is that Hasan was there while there was sex trafficking?
So I said nothing that was false.
There. Oh, Dan, do you agree that Hasan was there in what 2010? Is this the date or the time?
I don't know when Hasan may have been there. If that's what Lonerbox is saying, I'll take his word for it.
This is like, okay, so we'll go with 2010. The footballer moved to Berlin in what 2017?
2013.
2013. So 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if at the time that Hasan was there that they had any minors? Do we know that?
Are you asking me to prove a negative? No, I can't know.
This is not proving a no. Dan,
you are.
This is not proving a negative. This is saying
no. I do not have proof that there was
Hasan
minors
was there.
I actually don't have proof that
any of the people working there, any of the people at any time, around the time when Hasan was there, do we have any evidence that any of them were minors?
Not that I know of. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that said from that date. No.
So I'm content with calling this a nonsense.
Okay.
I think you need more. I think you need more. Well, you would not, because you don't care if it's nonsense or not.
Would it be acceptable for me to say that you went to Epstein Island? And here's the great example. You ready for this? Oh, this is so good, Tony. This is so good.
Let me shut
the fuck up and listen for a second. No, it could be better. Hasan has repeatedly called me a pedophile and called me Diddy.
What did I say? Do I make right takes or do I make right takes? Do I make correct takes or do I make correct takes? Have I not said consistently, never, ever, ever defend Steven on retarded fucking arguments? Wait, stop! You don't have to. By the way, I just want to say you shouldn't find it necessary to fight on every battle. Like, you really shouldn't fight every battle. Stop doing this. I don't know why people keep doing this. Like, oh yeah, can you justify that Destiny isn't a retard? Stop. Don't fight that battle. Okay, Destiny is a retard. Okay, it's okay to concede and say that Destiny is a retard. All right. Did you know that it's okay to say that Destiny is a retard? Did you know that? Yeah, it's okay to say that Destiny is a retard, okay? Yes. Wow. Okay? Yes, don't fight on the fact that Destiny isn't a retard. Stop saying that. You don't have to fight every single battle, okay? You can concede some steps that are reasonable to concede, and then you can push back on the ridiculous shit, right? Because it shows that you're good faith. When you're constantly going after Hasan for all the reasons, you look bad.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Cancer debate of brothels. Rip Loner.
Think we're 2 pounds. So by the way, this also applies like the reverse also applies, right? If you're attacking someone that you don't like, okay, you don't want to attack them for every single conceivable reason ever, right? Obviously not, right? Does that make sense? You don't want to attack them for every conceivable reason. Because the reason why is because, especially on the more flimsier points, like this one, of course you don't want to throw your hat in. Of course not. Because it undermines your credibility for the valid criticisms. Yeah.
Dan, and things along those lines. Because I took investment from a company that Diddy had ownership in at the time in 2009, before any of this happened.
With that being said, all right, the ideal scenario here is that Dan should have shut this down from the very beginning, okay? He should have just said, no, I don't care. I'm just doing this to spite Hasan, but I know you're bringing this up because it's a matter of bad faith. And I know you're from Spicy Chat, so then I know that you don't actually care about women's rights. And honestly, you deserve to be doxxed, okay? Because you're mentioning all of this as a way to discredit me, discredit Steven, discredit Lonerbox even by fucking disgracing his stream with this bullshit, okay? Honestly, what's your IP, okay? Where do you work and what's your IP? If you won't give that to me, I won't talk to you, okay? Because you need to put your name on the line in order to make these arguments, because you need to be public about the things that you believe in, okay? If you're gonna be going after people's personal identities or like personal jobs or anything like that, you better be putting your fucking reputation on the line, okay? That's the way that Dan could have approached this, but no, he has to be a flimsy loser. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, but you know what? No one can. Like, I'm fucking backseat debating. Okay, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Do you deny that he does that and has done that repeatedly?
Oh, yeah, he has done that.
Okay, so is there any proof that anyone knew that Diddy was doing those things 5 years in the future?
I don't know anything about the Diddy case.
Oh, look who now is coming out saying they don't know about this situation.
I said I didn't know about the Hasan brothel case either. And then we read the articles that you sent.
Okay, go ahead and get yourself educated on
I'm not Dan. This is not about Diddy.
Bro. I need the last time Dan has ever won a debate. When has Dan ever won a debate ever? God, dude.
You don't want to talk about
Diddy. No, Dan, I'm here to talk about it. I read the articles you sent me. I'm here engaging in good faith. I've been reading the stuff that you sent, the evidence you provided.
Yes.
Didn't say the stuff.
I feel very comfortable with this, with everything that I've said so far.
Yes, Dan, because you are comfortable lying. That's the problem.
It's not a lie.
You are comfortable lying.
To say that Hasan Piker visited a brothel in 2010 that was later raided for suspected sex trafficking under a system of the German government called brutal and exploitative.
It was raided
later on, someone went to jail for trafficking a minor. That's a true statement. And I'm sorry that you don't want to come to terms with that.
No, Dan, it was raided for tax evasion. There was
later a separate indictment. Because everything I've said is true. I'll read it again. Hasan visited a sex trafficking brothel that was raided by police in a system that was called brutal and illegal and severely exploited dependent women. Okay? That's a true fact. And later on...
What are you reading from?
Super
I'm reading
chats.
from the Guardian article.
6 out of 10 super chats to go.
Mentions Hasan.
Give me the super chats. 20 minutes.
What part of what I'm saying can you not comprehend here? I don't... Like, this is crazy.
You said you're going to read, and you're not reading the article.
Prostitution is legal in Germany. But
were you lying when you just said that?
I can't read if you fucking interrupt me when I start reading.
Dan, were you pretending to read an article?
Oh, shit.
No, Tony.
Is that what?
No, Dan did not win this. He's supposed to know stuff about this. Shouldn't he know everything about this situation? Like, I searched it up, and apparently they've been raided for tax evasion. Like, tax evasion. Bro. It's just not a strong point. It really isn't. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not a strong point.
Happened? No, it's literally right here.
Please.
Tony.
Rick mentions Hasan.
Just let Dan read the goddamn article.
No, Spider, please.
He doesn't want to.
You're fighting on every hill.
And I'm more than happy to look through the article. I'm more than happy to read through the article. I'll read through it myself if you want. Where in the Guardian article does it mention Hasan?
It does not mention Hasan in the Guardian article.
So were you lying when you just did that? When you pretending to read it and you mentioned Hasan?
I think you have a very odd version of what the word lying means.
Did you just do that? Did you not just do that?
No, I did not do that.
Okay, so you're lying again. That's fine. Just read the article.
Let me finish one paragraph, and you can tell me where the lie is. Will you agree?
So just read it. If you're going to read, just
you know what? Stop. I'm going to let me say a paragraph without you interrupting, and then you can tell me where the lie is. You ready?
Okay.
Can you do it without interrupting me? Just let me read.
I don't know, Dan. Can you do it without lying?
Something. I'll tell you, I'm not going to read something. I'm not going to even read something. I'm going to say something, and you can tell me where the lie is. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Hasan Piker visited a...
The important part is that it was a child sex trafficking ring, not that it was raid. Then fine, then leave the raid out of it, okay? But it seems like the raid is like an important part of the narrative, right? The reason why people use the word raid in situations, when it comes to describing dramas or anything like that, is because you're meant to paint it as a more severe situation, right? Like, for example, if I were to say that a place is being raided for tax evasion that were that had instances of child prostitution, that is different from the brothel being raided directly for child sexual abuse. Right? What is more severe, right? Obviously, if a brothel is being raided for child sexual abuse, that is significantly more severe than the other one, right? Than the former, right? Because the former is, oh, wait, you're being raided for tax evasion, but you have accusations of child sexual abuse. Okay, that's pretty bad, but that's not as bad as being raided, right? like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain this to you. Okay, I don't know how to convince you.
Wait, no.
It's fine. It's okay.
Okay,
You're not reading from an article. You're not reading from an article. You said you're reading a paragraph. Did you write us like a little poem?
At the last, I don't know if you need a fucking instant rewind.
Dan, what are you reading?
Said that I was going to say it and not read at that point.
Dan, you said you were going to read from an article.
Are you?
But at the end of the day, like, none of this matters. Okay, the reason why none of this matters is because Dan, from the very beginning, should have took an entirely different route in this conversation. Period. Right? He shouldn't ever have engaged, like, in good faith. I don't think Dan should have ever engaged in good faith. In this matter, yeah. Like, he shouldn't have engaged with the arguments in good faith. Okay.
Is it retarded?
No, quiet. God damn. No.
He's lying.
Hold on. Dan, what the fuck are you reading currently? What the fuck are you reading?
I'm just making a statement right now, okay? Because Tony doesn't want me to read.
This is
What are you reading right now?
This is your statement that you made up. It's not from an article.
Correct. I'm making it up on the fly. And then I want.
Thank you.
Can I say it?
Thank you.
Can I say it?
for clarifying.
That's not going to save you.
Dan, I appreciate you clarifying.
Can I say it? And then you tell me where the lie is in my statement.
Go ahead.
Okay. You ready? Now, this is just me saying stuff, not reading. You ready?
Okay, so you're not reading from an article.
Correct. I'm just saying stuff. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Hasan Piker paid for sex at a brothel that was later. Sorry. What?
Bro, how much longer does this go? I don't think I can finish this today. Well, I can't believe this is like this long, dude. Holy shit. Really? This brothel point? I can't tell whether or not this is like a huge waste of time if I were to cover this tomorrow, or like if there's just... honestly, at this point, I don't care anymore. Okay, it doesn't really matter. This debate should have been about different things. Okay,